Hi, everybody. I'm Donald Clark, CMI Fertility. How are you? It's been another couple weeks, and we are that much further into fall, and it's beautiful out. We've had so much rain here in upstate New York, and it's actually been pretty warm. So the growing season has just been an excellent growing season this year, and there's flowers everywhere, and that's an awesome advantage to living in upstate New York, where we do get regular rain and warmth. So, my title to my Facebook Live today is tips on keeping centered. Right. So here we go into the fall and into the new season change, and like I talked in my last video, if we're not really healthy or centered moving into another season, all of that will carry into the next season. And we don't want that to happen. So we want to stay as centered and as healthy as possible. And so most of you that tune into these Facebook Lives have a good understanding of your body and generally, take care of your mental and physical health quite well. And a lot of you are very centered to begin with, but I just wanted to go over just a couple avenues that you can take if you need some tips on staying centered. And here we go into the fall, right? And then boom, it's holiday season. So we all know, from the time school starts right until New Year's Eve, it's kind of a blast, right? So we're going pretty hard, and it's easy to forget about yourself. When we're as busy as we are, it's very easy to forget about ourselves, right? Our own health and our own well-being. And so taking simple steps along the way can make huge differences, as you navigate your life. And so, the obvious ones are what, slow down, right? People tend to extend themselves quite a bit. And if you find that you're having a hard time relaxing, right, and you're having a hard time giving yourself or your family or your kids more of you time, more quiet, more you, not dad or not mom, um, or not, brother or sister, but you, who you are, you know, slow down, right? Try not to work so much. Try not to cram so much into a given day, and try to take what's most important and go from there. It's kind of like triage, look at what's important and look at what is important to the people that need you, right? Your kids, your family, and start with that, and then everything else can kind of wait, right? Because tomorrow's another day. It's like work, um, it'll always be there, right? And you can always count on having something to do when you get into work. And so some things can wait. It's okay, especially if you're struggling with time management or your own spiritual or mental health. And so don't work, try not to work so much overtime, right? uh, you know People live on overtime, and it's not that's not necessarily healthy. Yes, does it give you more money? Does it make your life a little easier in those regards of monetarily speaking? Maybe. But what does it do to you, right? What does it do to you as a person? So I always say try not to work too much overtime, especially if you're family planning, right? um, Stressed out, tired bodies aren't going to do as well as those that are rested. Now, that being said, we all do what we have to do. So if you need to work overtime to keep going, then you need to work overtime. That's the way it is. It's understandable. But you can do some things also that can help. Um, Meditation. I've talked about meditation in the past, and I'll be honest with you, meditating is not easy, right? Slowing your mind down or shutting your brain off, in this current world when there's screens and um, microwaves and radio waves and Wi-Fi waves just pounding our brain and we don't even know it. It's causing stimulus to our brain. right? So slowing our brains down in today's world is not easy, you know. And but I always say, if you can calm your brain, or if you can slow your brain for 1 minute, that's 1 minute more than yesterday, you know. And then you just build on that 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 10, 20, you know, and then you're going places, right? And if you can take, you know, 10 minutes out of your day and just unplug and tune out, and slow down and give your brain a breather, what it does is it gives your body a breather, right? So your heart rate goes down, your stress hormones decrease, and everything takes a breather, right? I wish I could say that everyone had great sleep, but not everyone has great sleep. So for those folks that are going hard, you know, and then not sleeping very well, it just, you know, it just cap, you know, capitalizes on that, or it just adds to it. And so you don't get that deep relaxation or deep rest that you deserve, right? So taking a few minutes out of the day and slowing down, closing your eyes, trying to like quiet your brain. 1 minute is better than no minutes. I always say that. And breathing, right? So most of the time when we are, you know, cruising right along and working really hard, we're breathing shallow. We're breathing into our lungs, but really what we should be doing is we should be breathing into our bellies, right? We should inhale through the nose and into our belly, and then exhale through our mouth, right? And what that does is it takes air further into our body, deeper into our lungs. So now what do we have? We have more oxygen, right? And everyone feels better. So, you know, being conscious of how you're breathing, right? Being conscious of how you're eating, making sure you're eating the right foods, and slowing your brain. Those are, you know, those are some of the things that we can do just sitting at home, or when we lay down at night, you know, to go to bed. That's a great time to slow your brain, right? You know, turn your screens off a little sooner than you normally would. Try to do all of that, and it's going to make a huge impact on your immune system and on your overall health. Now, for those that have extra time and extra money and want to pursue other avenues of relaxation, there's some great avenues. Massage, acupuncture, all of those are what they're going to do is they're going to treat any kind of excess or deficiency or imbalances that you can see in your body or that you're dealing with, whether it be pain or fertility stuff. We can address that all at the same time while putting you in this super duper deep state of relaxation. And it's a relaxation that you really can't get on your own, right? Because when you have human touch and you're working muscles that hurt, that's going to put you into a deep state of relaxation. When you're moving chi in the body with acupuncture, that's going to, it's like earth energy, you know, it's like super duper powerful, strong earth energy. And that puts you into a super duper deeper place of relaxation. And I would say just about everybody that gets acupuncture um, tells me that they have slept better than they've slept in years. And I think it's because there's such a movement of chi in the body. The body loves it. The body, it's so thankful. If the body could cry other than our tear ducts, it would cry, it would weep out of happiness because you addressed it in a way that it knows. And that does wonders for your health, right? Does wonders for your health, your spiritual health, your mental health, all of it, your physical health. And so, you know, acupuncture, massage. I strongly encourage everybody to try yoga, right? You can go on, you know, YouTube. You can get a book. You can go on YouTube, or you can just you know, do yoga. There's plenty of apps, and there's a couple of yoga types or styles, I should say. There's strength yoga and there's restorative yoga. I encourage everyone to do restorative yoga. And there's some simple yoga poses that you can do. I think there's I think it's the sun yoga. I don't know if that's correct or not, but sun poses. And I think there's 6 or 7 sun poses that you can do that are just going to restore your energy so well. And you know, when you do stuff like this, not only does it make you feel better, but you feel better about yourself because you know you're taking control. And so it just maximizes it. Yoga, right? Going for walks, you know, trying to go outside a little bit more. If you get some fresh air, spend some time outside, walk in the garden, look at the flowers, go for a walk in the park, or just open a window, sit by the window. Sunshine, right? Sunshine is going to be epic, you know, when it comes to your mental and physical health, right? Lots of vitamin D. Up here in the Northeast, that's why we have to take vitamin D in the winter, especially in the upstate New York area, because we get those clouds in the winter coming off of Lake Ontario. You know, it might not snow that day, but I bet you it's gonna be cloudy. So we don't see a lot of sun. So we have to take vitamin D. And when there is sun, you can see everybody. They feel better. They're sitting in front of the windows. They're standing in the doorways. They're trying to get as much sun as possible. So open up those blinds. Go outside. Get some sun. Try to ground yourself. Don't be afraid to walk barefoot in the grass, right? Um, get that earth connection. Another thing that I like to do that is just my own preference, but what it does is it allows me to slow down is I like to read, right? I read books and I'm old fashioned. I'll read a book cover to cover, you know. But there's lots of things you can do to read, lots of tablets or, you know, there's lots of ways to read. It doesn't have to be a book. So, you know, I read, right? Not necessarily, I do look at the news, but that's not what I read to relax, right? You don't want to do that. So I don't encourage you to, you know, Instagram doesn't count as relaxation and reading or social media. You know, read a book, read some history, read a story, read some fiction. What that's going to do is going to slow you down. It's going to let your body take a breather. It's going to let you take a break. And all that is going to help, you know, decrease stress hormones, right? We just don't want the stress hormones in our body. And you know, everyone knows life is stressful and there's a lot of it coming at us every day. So if we can learn some simple things or we can take some simple steps that are going to help us navigate it, but more importantly, it's going to keep you strong, right? It's going to keep you strong. And that's important because, you know, we're not alone, right? People do need us, you know, and it's important for us to stay healthy. And as we move into the next season, and as we move into the holiday season, it's going to be crucial that we stay healthy. Oh, I see. There's a question. That's awesome. I get my glasses. I apologize. I love my murder mystery books. Well, that's awesome. Read them. Get two or three and set them on your shelf. Or what I like to do, I haven't done it in a while. I'll read two or three books at the same time, right? I'll read one for an hour and then, or 20 minutes, and then I'll read another one for 20 minutes. And so whatever you want to read, you just read. And and good for you. And I hope that helps. And email me, text me. On Wednesdays, I do consultations. They're free. You just set up a consultation and I'll call you. We can chit chat. And take care, everybody. Have a good weekend. Thank you.